Welcome back. It is always our favorite time of the week, Faith Friday, and our next guest is here to share some words of wisdom about the important healing power of prayer. Joining us from Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, is Associate Pastor, podcast host, and author of her new book, It's on the Way, Don't Give Up on Your Dreams and Prayers. Please welcome Lisa Osteen Comes. Thank you for being with us. And I know you grew up in Lakewood Church. Of course, it was founded by your renowned pastor father, the late John Osteen, and you preach alongside of your brother. I think a lot of people might know him, Pastor Joel Osteen. You reach millions of people. Did you always know that you were going to be following in your father's footsteps?
Well, hello, Amy, and thank you so much for having me. And I don't think I did. I love to watch my dad preach. I saw how fulfilled my parents were in ministry. And so I think inside of me, I wanted to be in ministry. I wanted to help people, but I never dreamed that I would end up being a preacher and being a pastor. And I think that I can owe a lot of that to my dad just recognizing that gift in me and saying, you can preach, Lisa. And, you know, he asked me to preach in the main sanctuary, and I did it with fear and trembling, but I did it. And I think we all have to just take those steps of courage and faith sometimes to do the things that God has called us to do.
And that's a big part of the book you've just written. It's a firsthand experience, and you talk, I mean, you've been through it, and you really write about the struggles that you have been through on many levels in your life, and talk about how it's those struggles that have actually strengthened your faith.
Yes, they really have. When I think about everything that I've gone through, it's just shown me more of the goodness of God in my life and the fact that we can trust him. But, you know, when I was a baby, I was born with a crippling disease, and my parents had been taught that God didn't do miracles anymore and that there was really nothing that they could do. But I'm so glad that my parents didn't give up on me, and they decided to look into the Bible for themselves and to see that God is a good God, and that everywhere Jesus went, he healed people, he lifted people. And so they began to see that God is a miracle working God, and they prayed for me. And by the time I was 1 year old, you know, I was completely healed and well. It was such a great miracle. And so I thank God that, you know, that they pressed through and didn't give up.
And I think that's so encouraging for people right now, even to hear that someone like you has gone through similar struggles that a lot of us have gone through. And while people might say, I've lost my faith because of that, you say, no, that's guiding you to where you're supposed to be. So we always ask our Faith Friday guests to leave our viewers with a message of hope, of inspiration, to take with them into the weekend. So we hope you could do the same for us.
Oh, yes. The main thing is, don't give up on the dreams that God has placed in your heart. He put them there for a reason. They don't always come to pass overnight. So trust God's timing, and don't quit praying for your children, your finances, healing, whatever it is in your life. Don't quit praying, because when you pray, you set miracles in motion, and all of heaven begins to work on your behalf. And so I just encourage you today to be encouraged and never give up on what God has placed in your heart.
That is simply beautiful, and we appreciate it. Lisa, thank you so much for being with us today. Want to tell everyone Lisa's new book, It's on the Way, Don't Give Up on Your Dreams and Prayers. It's now available everywhere books are sold.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.